हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हो आप लोग। माई सेल्फ चेतन गर्ग, आई एम मास्टर टीचर here at Vedantu. I welcome you all to our RMO flashback series. In today's session, we will be discussing first three questions of year 1999. All these three questions are easy. Two questions are from geometry, and one question is from permutation and combination, right? And in fact, one question of geometry is good, right? One is easy and one is good, right? So before starting the session, I'll just give you one information that most of you must be knowing about this IUQM exam for this year 2020 to 2021, right? Due to COVID, the pre-RMO exam has been renamed to IUQM. It is nothing but Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Mathematics, right? And this exam will be on 17th of January. Again, this is the tentative date, 17th of January 2021, right? And for the same exam, we are launching a crash course that will start from first week of November, right? And the enrollment in this crash course is completely free of course. All of you who are willing to give this exam can study from this crash course, right? All you need to do is just mail me these credentials on this email ID, chetan.garg@vedantu.com, right? The mail subject should be pre-RMO crash course registration, right? We will try to enroll you as soon as possible. And those who have already cleared pre-RMO exam, currently here at Vedantu we are running RMO and INMO batches, right? And those who have already cleared this pre-RMO exam, you can mail me these credentials on this email ID, chetan.garg@vedantu.com. Those who have cleared pre-RMO, we will simply enroll you to RMO batch, and those who have cleared RMO, we will simply enroll you to INMO batch. Again, all these batches are completely free of cost, right? You also need to send me the proof that you have cleared this pre-RMO exam. Even if you have cleared any other competitive exam like NTSC or NSCGS, you can mail the same to me. All right, let's start our session. So the first question is from geometry, and this is very easy question. The question says that we need to prove that the in radius of a right angle triangle with integer sides is also an integer, right? So let's first draw the figure. Let's assume this is a right angle triangle, clearly right angle, that's B, right? And this is an in circle, and let's assume this is the center, so that will be R, that will be R. Since this is a right angle triangle, so all these sides are R, and basically this will be a square, right? And let's assume this point is D, this point is E, this point is F, right? So this DC will be nothing but A minus R, and this AE will be nothing but C minus R, and this AF will be C minus R, because AE will be equal to AF. Length of tangent from any external point is same. Similarly, CD and CF will be same, and the CF will be nothing but A minus R. And obviously this AC side is nothing but this is B, so that should be equal to nothing but A plus C minus 2R, right? So we can calculate the radius here, radius R, that is in radius, that will be nothing but A plus C minus B upon 2, right? So what we need to prove, that if A, C and B, these are integral, if the sides are integer, then this radius should also be integer, right? So if numerator is integer and it is being divided by 2, so all we need to prove that the numerator is nothing but an even integer, right? Since this is a right angle triangle, so obviously Pythagoras theorem will follow. So we can say that B square, that is hypotenuse square, that will be nothing but A square plus C square, right? Now what can happen with A and C? Either both can be even, right? Or both can be odd. These are possibilities, है ना? Or the third possibility is one even and one odd, one odd, one even, right? If both are even, that is if A and C both are even, then obviously B will be even. B is even, right? If both are odd, okay, if both are odd, then A square will be odd, C square will be odd, so A square plus C square will be even, that means B is even, right? If one odd, one even, then A square plus C square will be odd, that means B will be odd, right? So if we take first case, both are even, then B is also even, then A plus C minus B will definitely be even, so it will be divisible by 2, right? If both are odd, then A plus C will be even, and b is again even, so a plus c minus b, that will also be even. So in these two scenarios, r will be integer. Right now, if you take the third scenario, 1 is odd, 1 is even, then a plus c will be odd and b is again odd, so odd minus odd is again even. So in this scenario also the numerator will be even, and hence r will be, circumradius will be in radius will be integer. Right, so that's basically very easy question. All we need to do is just apply this Pythagoras theorem, right, and one property that length of tangent from any external point is same. Right, after that it is just nothing but to just just analyze these three cases. Right, so that was question first from year 1999. Let's proceed to question 2 of year 1999. This question says that we need to find the number of positive integers which divide 10 power 999 but not 10 power 998. Right, so in other sense, we need to find all the divisors of this which are not the divisors of 10 power 998. So I hope you all know how to find the number of divisors. Just express the number in its prime factorization, which will be nothing but 2 power 999 into 5 power 999. Right, so its number of divisors will be how many? Just add 1 to the power and multiply it by itself. So it will become 10 1000 into 1000, that will be 1000 square. Right, and the number of divisors of 10 power 998, that will be, its prime factorization is nothing but 2 power 998 into 5 power 998, and its number of divisors, they will be simply 999 square. Right, I hope you all know this formula to calculate the number of divisors. Just increase all the powers of prime numbers by 1 and multiply by each other. Right, so we need to find those divisors, those positive integers which are divisors of this but not of this. So they will be simply 1000 square minus this 999 square, and this is nothing but 1999. So this will be the answer. Right, so these are the number of divisors which are actually the divisors of 10 power 999 but not divisors of 10 power 998. So as you can see, this is very easy question from permutation and combination. Right, that's it. Let's proceed to question number 3. This is a good question, and this is a good question of geometry. Right, this says that ABCD is a square where M and N are the points on AB and BC respectively, such that angle MDN is 45 degree. Right, if R is the midpoint of MN, we need to prove that RP equals to RQ, where PQ are the points of intersection of AC with the lines MD and NT. Right, so let's first draw the figure. Let's say that this is ABCD is a square. Right, M and N are the points on AB, and this is M, let's assume this is N, such that angle MDN, this angle is 45 degree. ये क्वेश्चन में हमें गिवन है. राइट, इफ R is the midpoint of MN, okay, so this point is R, which is the midpoint of MN, and we need to prove that RP equals to RQ. What is P and Q? Where P and Q are the point of intersection of AC with the lines MD. Okay, so this is P, this is Q. Right, so we have made a little construction. We have joined PN and QN. Right, so as you can see, this angle will be 45 degree because AC is the diagonal, and this angle will also be 45 degree. Right, so if you see the diagonal PN, right, PN subtends a 45 degree at C, and PN also subtends an angle of 45 degree at D. So can we say that PNCD is cyclic? Right, and since ND angle NCD is 90 degree, and since this is a cyclic, so that this will imply simply, this will imply angle NPD, that is 90 degree, and which is in fact angle NPM also. So we can say that this angle is 90, this is 90, right, angle NPM. Right, similarly if you see QM, angle QM subtends an angle of 45 degree at D, this QM, right, and this QM also subtends an angle of 45 degree at A. So we can say that this QMAD, this is cyclic, this is cyclic quadrilateral. Right, and since you can see that dm will be the diameter because angle DAM is 90. So since angle DAM is 90 in this cyclic quadrilateral, so we can say this DQM will also be 90, and which will further imply that angle MQN is also 90 degree, right? So this thing is 90, angle MQN is 90. Now MN subtends a 90 degree at P, and MN subtends a 90 degree at Q, and in fact MN also subtends a 90 degree at B also. So we can say this pentagon, that is this M, P, Q, N, B, this is nothing but this is a cyclic pentagon, right? And since R is the midpoint of MN, so R is nothing but R is center of that circle, right? And since R is the center, so we can say that this MR, that will be equal to RN. In fact, that is also equal, that is in the question because R is the midpoint, and that will also be equal to PR, that will be equal to QR, and that will also be equal to RB, right? Because M, B, N, Q, P, all these lie on the circle. We need to prove only this result, PR equals to QR, right? So we can say that PR will be equal to QR, right? So guys, that's it from today's session. Today we have discussed first three questions of year 1999, and before ending the session, I'll give one information again that we are launching this IUQM crash course, that is this pre-RMO crash course, from first week of November. To enroll in this batch is completely free of cost. You do not need to pay even a single rupee to enroll in this batch. All you need to do is just mail me this credential on this email ID, chetan.garg@vedantu.com, right? We will cover each and every topic. The course will run till the exam date of the pre-RMO, that is of IUQM. Tentative date is 17th of January, right? That may change, that may not change, right? And kindly write the subject of the mail as pre-RMO crash course registration, right? And those who have already cleared pre-RMO, we will enroll you to RMO and INMO batches. Just mail me these credentials on this email ID along with the proof, right? So all right, thank you, bye bye, take a very good care of yourself. We will see you in the next session.